Hello and welcome to the Ocean County School Counselors Association Virtual College Fair. Thank you for joining us today. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. That's why that Q&A button is really important. You can direct a question to a specific school or schools by including their name in your question, or you can leave a question for all of our representatives to answer about their institution. This is just one of many different sessions that are happening, so be sure to sign up for additional sessions. This presentation is being recorded and it will be available within about a week at the same website where you registered. You'll also be able to find recordings of all of the other presentations that are part of this programming hosted by the Ocean County School Counselors Association. The website where you can find all of this is the same one where you registered, and that is strivescan.com/OCSCA. I'm really excited tonight. We've got 6 great schools that are really excited to share their experience for their students with you as you're doing your college search journey. So I'm very excited to welcome our very first school to present tonight, and that will be the College of Mount St. Vincent.
Hello, everyone. My name is Tyler Margolis. I am the Assistant Director for Admissions at the College of Mount St. Vincent, and I'm really excited to talk to all of you today. So I want to start off with a few quick fast facts. College of Mount St. Vincent was founded in 1847 by the Sisters of Charity. Like I said, we're in Riverdale, New York, so it's about 12 miles away from Midtown Manhattan. We're the northernmost point of New York City, actually right on the border of Westchester. We're 1,800 students in total, so a relatively small school. We have over 50 different academic programs, 13 different dual degree programs, which I'll get into later in the presentation. As I mentioned, we're relatively small, so average class size is around 20. For every 13 students are there's one professor there. So we have a really great tight-knit community where students really know the professors on a first name basis, which is really advantageous towards their education. Academics. So some of the most popular majors on campus, I'd say, are nursing, biology, business, psychology, sociology, but we're also a liberal arts school. So in a few slides, I will show you all the different majors that we have on campus. We have, like I said, we have over 50 different programs that are really great. On top of that, we have 13 different joint degree programs where you could actually study for 4 years in a specific major. Then in another 2 or 3 years, get your either your master's or your doctorate degree from an institution that we already have a partnership with. While our academics are great in the classroom, they're also fantastic out of the classroom as well. For example, we have a number of different facilities. So our business students have access to a live trading floor and research center on campus. Our nursing students actually have a simulated nursing lab in our institution as well. So that nursing institution is really cool. We actually have 30 different test dummies that simulate real life experiences. So it's a great way for our nursing students to get hands-on experience. We have a TV studio and radio station where students can actually put on television productions, record radio shows, record podcasts, and everything in between. And we also have our Fischlinger Center for Public Policy Research, which is a great way for students to get hands-on experience in a research discipline of their choosing. Here's some more areas of study. As you can see here, biology, business, chemistry, communications. We're, like I said, we're a liberal arts school, so we're pretty much all over the map with different types of majors that we offer. And as I mentioned before, while we're very proud of our academics in the classroom, our students get a lot of great experience outside of the classroom as well. And that's through over our 40 different clubs and organizations. You can see a few here ranging everywhere from sports, medicine, dance, journalism. We pretty much cover the gambit in terms of the different programs that we offer for our students outside of the classroom. If there isn't a student organization or a club that interests you, you could always go ahead and start your own club or organization. That's a relatively easy thing to do on our campus. Now, also, we offer over 10,000 service hours annually, in addition to our study abroad program. So students have either studied abroad or completed community service. in a few of those different countries down below. Great thing about us is because we are New York City, we offer a plethora of internship and job opportunities. New York is a business hub of the entire world. So we send students to New York Stock Exchange, JP Morgan, ESPN, ABC, New York Presbyterian, Mount Sinai Hospital. So some of the largest organizations in the world. Residential life, we have 5 dorms on campus. About 70% of our students actually live on campus. 30% of our students are commuting from the 5 different boroughs of New York City. We're actually building a brand new Corso and Aquino Hall that should be open by the end of May. And we're extremely secure campus. We're on the border of the Hudson River in Riverdale Avenue. There's a gate to get on campus, so no one's getting in and out without a security guard seeing you. Outside of the classroom, we have 14 different Division III sports as well. We have a fully renovated Peter J. Sharp Center where our basketball team plays, both men's and women's. We have a fitness center as well, and brand new renovated locker rooms as well. As you can see, that picture on the right, our soccer team actually practices right on the Hudson River. It's actually one of my favorite parts of campus. Now admission, really important. So average GPA for accepted students is around an 85. We just moved to a test optional method this year. So students that do decide to send their SATs average around a 1050, but that's not required this year. That is subject to change. So obviously make sure to keep you posted on that. In addition to your GPA, or transcript, we also look at your admissions essay and filling out either your College of Mount St. Vincent application or the common application. Undergrad tuition, we cost around $39,500 in tuition, and room and board is around $12,000, but it's extremely rare that students ever pay for that full amount because 100% of our students qualify for merit-based scholarship. That's entirely based on your GPA. So the higher your GPA, the more money that you can earn in merit-based scholarship. So students that have a 4.0 could earn as much as $27,500. Students also receive a residence scholarship as well. It's around $5,000. We have a variety of community service scholarships, writing scholarships, cultural scholarships, in addition to science scholarships as well. Some really important dates to keep track of. Our application becomes available August 1st. Our early action deadline is November 15th. So you guys are probably a little bit ahead of the curve there. And we are rolling application there. So if you don't get your application by that early action deadline, you have until March 1st. And we really look forward to reviewing your application. If anyone has any questions, I'll put my information in the chat. Feel free to take a picture now. I'll also include a link where you can sign up for a visit. But otherwise, enjoy our conversation. And have a great rest of your night, everyone.
Thanks, Tyler, for sharing College of Mount St. Vincent with us. Our next school tonight is going to be Delaware Valley University.
All right, good evening, everybody. My name's Ariel Wilburn, and I'm just pulling my screen up so I can share with everyone. But again, I'm very excited to be on this Zoom call tonight. I'm still perfecting my 6x6, so please bear with me. But I am the Assistant Director of Admissions here at Delaware Valley University. I've been with the university for just about 2 years, headed into my 2nd year. So I'm a little new. I call myself the new kind of COVID newbie. And my presentation has frozen a little bit, so I'm having a hard time getting to the next screen. Doylestown, Del Val itself, we're located in Doylestown, Pennsylvania. We consider ourselves a charming small town. We've been designated one of the best small towns in America, and it's centrally located to different cities and attractions. So we have the Jersey Shore, that's about an hour and a half away. We have New York City within 2 hours, the Poconos, of course, Philadelphia. And I don't know if anybody's familiar with King of Prussia Mall, but it is the 2nd largest mall in the country. This is some fun, fast facts about Del Val. We do consider ourselves a small university. We have just under 2,000 students enrolled at about 1,924 students. We have 9 residence halls on campus, 73 student clubs and organizations. We do have small classroom sizes, so you will get that personalized experience with that 13:1 ratio. 28 bachelor's degrees, 7 master's degrees. I don't have all of the all of our degrees listed here today, but I do encourage you to check out our website. It has the most up-to-date and sort of valuable information for you in terms of the majors that you're interested in, the career choices you can choose, and the courses that go along with those majors. This is just a breakdown of our 2020 incoming class profile. I always like to show this to students just so you can see what our most popular programs were for the former year. So you'll see animal science was number 1, biology at number 2, and then business admin at number 3. If you're not familiar with Del Val, we were founded as an all-males farm school. So our animal science programs are very strong. You'll see them in terms of all of our laboratories. And if you are an animal lover, this is that campus for you. We were founded on this idea that science needs to happen with practice. So our founder, Dr. Rabbi Joseph Kraskoff, really blended this idea of theoretical and practical application. So everything that from day one to the day that you finish Del Val will come with some sort of hands-on practical application that you can apply into your real life and your career down the road. We offer a unique curriculum that really combines, again, world-class academics with real-world experience. These are all of some of our labs for all of our various programs. So you'll see for counseling psychology, food science, chemistry. So really the idea you should have from day one when you come to campus is how do I learn best? Where do I learn best? And how do I want to integrate the classroom knowledge that I want with the real world experiences that I'm going to need? We have our KeyMark program, which is the Experience 360 program that's going to be there and aligned with your academic goals to ensure that you are gaining that real world experience. So you have credit bearing activities and non-credit bearing activities. This is another place where our website comes in handy. You want to click on that major that you're interested in, and it's going to pop up E360 experiences that other students have done, just to kind of get your ideas flowing about what kind of hands-on experiences you can gain while you're at Del Val. But some of those credit-bearing activities include study abroad, internships, career exploration experiences, student research, student teaching, and then of course those non-credit-bearing activities like leadership development, civic engagement, and community service. Our E360 program is a direct influence on our career outcomes, which sits at 94.4%. This is for our 2019 graduates. We survey our students every year. Those students are either employed or pursuing additional education. This number has increased as the last 5 years of the Del Vals of our E360 program. So that's something that you definitely want to make sure you're gaining when you do make your college decision. In terms of residence life, we do have a 2-year residency policy where we do require freshmen and sophomore to live on campus. That's why you'll notice earlier that 85% of our students live on campus. We have mixed class housing, mixed gendered floors. We have pet-friendly housing. We have free laundry on campus, farm-to-table style dining in our Levin dining hall because we do grow a lot of our produce on campus. And then a slew of campus resources like professional development, academic advising, our health and wellness center, peer mentoring, and our writing center. As I mentioned earlier, there's over 70 clubs for you to get involved with on campus. And if the club doesn't exist, of course you can create it. One of our most recent experiences with this is actually our women's wrestling team started off as a student club on campus. And then of course, we play in the NCAA Division III. We are in the Mid-Atlantic Conference with 22 sports in total. We have on-campus gym and weight room facilities and on-campus sports fields, of course. And then this is just a list of all of our men's sports, women's sports, and our co-ed, with the newest one being our wrestling. And absolutely, we want to stay connected to you. My biggest advice is to check out Del Val, Instagram, TikTok. Our TikTok is run by our student ambassadors. So it's a great way to really understand what your experience would look like while you're at Del Val. Facebook is a great way to catch up with different members of our community. And please let me know if you have any questions about admissions. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Ariel, for sharing Delaware Valley with us tonight. Our
Absolutely.
Our next presentation is going to be from Dominican College. Emma, the screen looks great and we can see you, but you are muted.
My apologies.
It happens to everyone.
My name is Emma Fortunato. I am the Assistant Director of Freshman Admissions here at Dominican College, and I'm excited to share with you our college tonight. So Dominican College is located in Rockland County, Orangeburg, New York. And in terms of relevance to New Jersey, that's actually about 5 to 10 minutes past the border of Bergen County. So we are right near New Jersey, which I think is great. You are the perfect distance to live on campus, but still be close enough to your family in case you want to be with them on the weekends, during breaks, stuff like that. We have approximately 1,800 students here with us, which gives us the ability to have a 15-to-1 student faculty ratio and an average class size of about 20 students. So you'll always have that one-on-one attention with your professor. They'll want to know who you are as a person as well as a student on campus. Some other quick facts about us: we are about 17 miles north of New York City, so we do frequent the city for trips, museums, internship opportunities along those lines. Also, 100% of our first-time, full-time freshmen do receive financial aid, whether that is scholarships or financial aid. We'll get into that a little bit later in the presentation. So here's a list of our undergraduate majors. Some of our larger majors are nursing, business management, criminal justice, teacher education, if I didn't say that already, excuse me. But all of our programs are fantastic, and a lot of them have many tracks within them. So for example, within teacher education, we do early childhood, and adolescent education as well. So you have many choices among you. We are a liberal arts school, so if you're not quite sure what you want to do when you come to college, we will help you get there. We'll help you take those intro courses and stuff you might be interested in and see where we can guide you from there. We also do have graduate programs in business, teacher education, nursing, doctorate of physical therapy, so we can help you move beyond the baccalaureate degree after you graduate from us. I had mentioned internships before, so we have an entire career development center that is ready to help you get where you want to go in terms of internships, graduate schools, jobs during or after college. These are some examples of recent internships we've had. We have internships in New York City. There are tons of Fortune 500 companies in Bergen County, New Jersey, and some of these are even as close as right across the street from our campus. So if you're looking to do an internship during a break closer to home, we'll help you figure that out. If you're looking to do something during the semester, we have you as well. We also will help you develop your resume, do mock interviews to help you get that experience as you move into the professional world. We have over 30 clubs and organizations on campus, ranging from 5 different dance teams on campus, our Aquin Players, which is our drama club. We are actually introducing a rowing club next year, so if anyone's interested in rowing, please let me know. We have Verbalist Island, which is our poetry slam club, and pretty much we run the gambit in terms of our clubs. And these clubs also frequent trips into New York City as well. Like everyone else is kind of mentioning tonight, it's easy to start a club. All you need is about 4 friends and someone to advise the club, and you're pretty much good to go. We love seeing new clubs start on campus all the time. We are NCAA Division II in all of our athletics. So if you are successfully recruited, there is opportunity for athletic scholarship through our Office of Athletics. I would suggest any seniors to start getting in contact with our coaches on chargerathletics.com. If you're a junior or lower, just keep it in mind, excuse me. Start getting your stats together, start taking some videos for examples to send to coaches. But here's a list of all of our sports. Our newest sport is tennis. It's also a big draw for our students to attend these sporting events as well. We try to keep our application process as straightforward and transparent as possible. So once you are ready to apply, you can apply at any time during your senior year since we offer rolling admission. And once you get your application in, you really only need to send your transcript. We are a test optional institution, so SAT and ACT scores aren't required. And while we encourage letters of recommendation and essays, they also are not required. We do love getting to know our students and how they're viewed in their community, but that's not something that will delay your admission process at all. Our average accepted student has a 3.0 GPA and a 4.0 scale. If you're looking to submit test scores, the average SAT is about a 1050, the average ACD is about a 22. We also encourage you to keep in contact with us throughout your admission process to make sure we have all your materials, and we just like hearing from our students. So here's our tuition, room and board, and financial aid average for the year. If you're planning to live on campus, the sticker price is about $43,000. All of our students are automatically considered for an offered merit scholarship upon acceptance that ranges between $6,000 and $16,000, depending on your academic performance. That is separate from our financial aid. We encourage all of our students to complete the FAFSA. So make sure you reach out to our Office of Financial Aid if you have any questions about that. And our average financial aid package is about $25,000. So no student is paying the full price, and we work with all of our families on a family by family basis to make sure that DC is affordable for everyone. We do have the virtual open house coming up on May 1st, 2021, is Saturday. So I will put in the chat the link to sign up for the open house if you're interested. You can come, do a virtual tour of campus, learn more about it, any majors you might be interested in, or even come say hi. All of the admissions counselors will be in their own chat room, so feel free. We'd love to have you join us. And here's my contact information. If you guys have any questions, I'll also put this in the chat. That second number is my cell phone number. So if you're most comfortable texting, feel free, and make sure to follow us on social media on Instagram and Twitter. Thank you so much.
Great. Thank you so much, Emma, for sharing Dominican College tonight. So we've heard presentations from 3 great schools. We have 3 more to go. So I just want to remind our attendees that there's no question too big or small to drop in that Q&A box. So we hope you'll think of a question or two to ask our representatives. They love answering student questions, trust me. All right, so our next presentation is going to be from Kunshan University. Emily?
All righty, thank you for that intro. Okay, so my name is Emily Groovy, and I am the Global Recruitment Officer from Kunshan University, which is a joint venture institution that Duke University opened in Kunshan, China. Before I get started, though, I do want to point out that on each of the slides, there is a QR code, and that leads to our virtual event page, which has information sessions that are a bit longer than 6 minutes, and also our virtual campus tours that are led by current international students. So both of those are just great ways to learn more about DKU. So Duke Kunshan was actually started in 2013 with our graduate program. So we just started bringing in undergrads a few years ago. So we are a very new institution. We currently have freshmen, sophomores, and juniors in our undergraduate classes. You do spend most of your time in China, but it is a completely English program. You will study Chinese when you are there, but you don't have to know any prior to being admitted. In fact, the majority of our international students have not studied Chinese prior to coming to DKU. You have the opportunity to spend a semester at Duke as well in North Carolina during your junior year. And then when you graduate, you get degrees from both Duke Kunshan University, which is accredited in China, and then Duke University, which is accredited here in the US. But both degrees are recognized worldwide. So you may not have heard of Kunshan before. It is considered to be a small city by Chinese standards, and I use air quotes because it's still about 2 million people. So, you know, with what we're used to here in the US, it's still a pretty big city. Plus, it's only about 20 minutes via high-speed train from both Suzhou and Shanghai. Suzhou is about the population of New York City, and Shanghai, of course, is one of the biggest cities in the world. So our students definitely take advantage of being so close to those major cities for, you know, just to explore, to, you know, experience nightlife in Shanghai or go out to eat, and a bunch of international restaurants. Plus our faculty members take students into these cities for field trips. So when Duke decided to open up a school in China, they really wanted to kind of like reinvent the traditional notion of liberal arts and sciences education. They felt like solving, you know, the big global issues of like economics, environmental issues, global health, that students needed a truly like international education. So they really focused on being both experiential and interdisciplinary. And you'll see when I show you the majors, kind of how we've blended disciplines to create a truly a truly interdisciplinary approach to higher education. But all of our classes and all of our majors are founded within these three academic divisions, so arts and humanities, social sciences, and natural sciences. Now, the experiential component comes in particularly with our academic week. So we have classes just Monday through Thursday. So Fridays are really meant for co-curricular learning, whether that be field trips, like I mentioned, with your professors, whether it be research with a faculty member, travel opportunities, career treks with our career center into Shanghai. There's all sorts of opportunities to utilize those Fridays. We also have a pretty innovative semester schedule too. We have kind of a hybrid between the US and China, where we do have a fall semester that runs August to December and then a spring semester from January to May. But each of those semesters are split into 2 7-week sessions. So you're only taking like 2 to 3 classes at a time. And you do have a lot of breaks throughout the year, including many Chinese holidays. And a lot of our students take advantage of those to travel around China and around the rest of Asia. We currently have over 60 student organizations, so I think that's pretty impressive for just having 3 classes so far. And those range from club sports to Model UN, to our LGBT group, to cooking club, art club, all sorts of things. And like the other representatives have mentioned, it's very easy to start a new club in college as well. So I like to remind students that we are completely in English. All the classes are taught in English. You will study Chinese for at least 2 years, but again, you don't have to know any prior to being admitted. We do have a very small student body, and even when we do have all 4 classes and we're at full capacity, we'll still be under 2,000 students. So, we'll continue to be a small student body for years to come. We have a 7-to-1 student faculty ratio, which really allows us to have strong mentorship relationships between faculty and students. And this is kind of seen in how many of our students do research with a faculty member, plus our faculty are often advising student organizations, and some even live on campus too. When you think of China, you may think of some censorship and things like internet websites being blocked, but we actually have complete academic freedom on campus. That's part of being a joint venture institution and a stipulation that Duke had when opening up this institution abroad. We are allowed to talk about what we want in the classroom and do what we, do research on what we want as well. And along with that, we do have complete free and open internet. So our internet's routed through another country. And so you have access to Facebook, Google, things that are typically blocked in China. You have access to those on campus. And you also have a VPN to allow access to these websites on your phone and tablets when you're off campus as well. Here are our majors. I'm only going to show these for just a second, but I did want to let you know that the underlined words are the actual majors, and the hollow bullet points underneath are disciplinary tracks that you choose within those majors. And you actually don't declare your major till the end of your sophomore year, so you have plenty of time to take exploratory courses and really figure out what you want to study when you're there. We currently have students from over 50 nationalities from 6 continents. It's a very diverse group of students. And we are on the Common App. It is a free application, and we have 2 application rounds, both early decision and regular decision. And all applicants will automatically be considered for merit-based aid, and you just need to submit your CSS profile to be considered for need-based aid. And I do also want to mention that if you are already considering applying to Duke, you can also check the box on Duke's application to have your application forwarded to DKU as well. Alrighty, thank you guys.
Thank you so much, Emily, for presenting on Duke Kunshan today. Our next presentation is going to be from Duquesne University.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Anita Huff, and I also am one of the assistant directors there at Duquesne University. Duquesne University was founded in 1878 by the Puritans. We're ranked number 15 in national Catholic universities, Catholic by founding, welcoming to all. We welcome students of all faiths there. About 50% of our students are Catholic. The other 50% are everything. All right, so we have close to 10,000 students on campus there. 6,000 of them are undergraduate, as you will be, and undergraduate as you will be. Our student or faculty ratio is about 14-to-1, class size about 28. And so it's not much different than a high school classroom. And that gives you the opportunity, again, to be able to know your professors and for them to be able to know you. Pittsburgh is right in, Duquesne University is in right downtown Pittsburgh. If you see right over here in the corner, that's one of our dorms. We are on 53 acres. And although we are in the city, we are a self-contained campus. There's nothing there but the university. No parts of the city intermingle with the campus, but we are about a 15, 20-minute walk or bus ride from anything you would want to do in the city. So students really like that. So not only is the campus part of their education, but the city itself is part of their education. Lots of things to do in the city. You're close to internships and clinicals and teaching opportunities, also to all of the cultural events that happen in the city. So we're in a really great location for our students to be able to enjoy the campus and to enjoy the city. We have over 9 different schools on campus. You see all the schools listed there. There are several areas underneath each of them. We have 80 undergraduate programs, and all of our health sciences are direct entry. So no matter whether you're going into nursing or pharmacy, physical therapy, physician's assistant, any of those, from day one, you are that student. You're not applying to the university and then hoping to get into those majors. You are a nurse from day one. You are a PT student from day one. And our physical therapy and pharmacy programs are doctorate programs. So the expectation is when you come into that program, when you graduate, you will have a doctorate degree in that major. Lots of hands-on experience, especially because of the fact that we're right there in the city. So many of the clinicals that you would be involved in, or if you're in the School of Business, many of the internships would be right there in the city. You can walk to an internship and come back to campus. All right, we do have study abroad. We have a Duquesne University campus, which is in Rome. We have a learning center in Ireland, and then we have agreements with several other countries that our students can study at. Students go for a semester, some go for a year, spring break, summer session. We do something called a Maymester. So there's lots of opportunities to do study abroad. Even if you are in the health sciences, you would still be able to do study abroad. What you would need to do is work with your academic advisor so that they can begin to work your schedule to fit that event in for you. All right, living on campus. Freshmen and sophomores are required to live on campus after sophomore year. It's up to you. We have 7 different residence halls. 2 of those resident halls are specifically for freshmen. And then we have 2 facilities where your bathroom and your shower, suite style, where your bathroom and shower are within your dorm area. And then we also have an apartment complex on campus also. Dining on campus, 12 different locations, lots of different areas to eat in. We have our own sit-down restaurant. We have our main dining hall with lots of options. And then there's a lot of small kiosks and of course, Starbucks on campus. Over 250 different groups, activities, organizations, sororities, fraternities, all of that on campus. And we encourage our students to be involved in something. It just makes for a more well-rounded experience, college experience. We are Division I for many of our athletics. And I will put a link in the chat about our athletics and the organizations. All right, we start preparing our students for a career from the time they come to campus. We show you how to take the classwork that you're doing and incorporating that into a resume to be able to present to an employer for a possible internship and hopefully for employment at the time when you graduate. We do mock interviews. We have internships and job fairs twice a year, once in the spring, once in the fall. And that career services department is there for you for the rest of your life. All right, so applying, we have our Duquesne University application, and then we also are on the Common App. We are rolling admission, and the requirements for students, the only program that is not a rolling admission is physician's assistant. That's the only one you have to apply by December 1st. Of course, the deadline for committing is May 1st. Requirements for students. We are test optional, and we will be that through the fall of this year. If you are submitting your scores, they need to be at least a 1080 or a 21 on the ACT.
Anita, we have reached the end of our 6 minutes, so I want to make sure you get that
All
contact
right.
information out to everybody. I know it just flies by. It really does.
That's quite all right. That's all right. I put my name and contact information in the chat. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing, Duquesne. All right, our next presentation is going to be East Carolina University.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Well, hello, everyone. My name is Stephanie Molina, and I'm a freshman admissions counselor for East Carolina University. All right, we are located in Greenville, North Carolina, so would be out of state, but we have 5 different campuses. But of course, you would be staying on our main campus. But I would like to mention that we do have 2 athletic facilities, a health science campus, West Research campus, and for those interested in coastal studies or marine studies, we also have an integrated coastal studies program. We have roughly 28,000 students. However, only 23,000 of those students form our undergraduate population. We have students from all 100 counties in North Carolina, 47 states, including the District of Columbia, and 72 countries. To give you an even better breakdown, we do have 30% of our students are minority students. 12% of that is strictly from our out-of-state. And we would love to welcome you here as well. And then 4,000 of those students will be first-year students. And speaking of your first year, so you are required to live on campus your very first year, but hey, you'll never have to worry about where to live on campus, finding a place to sleep, and then where to eat. We have 15 different residence halls within 3 different campus neighborhoods. 30 different dining options from Chick-fil-A, Raising Cane's, Panda Express, Chili's, Subway, and 5 different Starbucks locations, so you will also never be caffeine deprived. We have 17 different living learning communities, so if you want to live together with other students that have similar interests or similar majors, that's a great way to start developing those friendships before even stepping foot on campus. We also have 2 of the newest student centers in our state, so it's pretty awesome, a really great thing to brag about. In total, we have 84 different bachelor's degrees. Some of our top majors include nursing, management, biology, communications, criminal justice, but don't let that stray you away. We do have something here for every single one of y'all. At ECU, we train more new nurses each year than any other 4-year institution in North Carolina. And we were founded as a teachers college, and we do produce the largest number of educational professionals in our state. So we stay true to our roots. We also have the largest college of business and College of Allied Health and Education. So just know we have something here for you all. And another fun fact is that we are the only university in North Carolina to have a College of Engineering, School of Dental Medicine, and Medicine at one place. I know you saw that really big number earlier, but just know that our student to faculty ratio is still 19:1, and over 20% of our students have an opportunity to conduct some form of extracurricular research opportunity and start that networking. We also have a really great honors college program. We accept 200 students every single year into this program, but every single one of those students receive some form of tuition assistance, meaning that you'll receive a scholarship just for being within that program. It could be as little as $10,000 for the 4 years that you're with us, up to $65,000 plus a $5,000 stipend to study abroad. So pretty good options here. How much does it cost to go to ECU? Well, over 70% of our students receive some form of financial aid regardless if they're in the honors college or not. But of course, it takes you as a student to take that initiative to submit your FAFSA information. Don't worry, I'm sure your school will cover this information, but just know to submit your FAFSA as early as possible. Typically, it does open up in October. Just in 2018, 2019, we awarded $300 million in just aid. So again, you'll never know what you might get unless you submit your FAFSA information. So per year, it's roughly $33,000, $23,000 just for the tuition and fees. And then whether you're in state or out of state, it's $10,000 for the room and board, but that does include your meal plan. I always like to say it is a pirate's life for you and for everyone tuning in. We are really big into athletics and getting involved, that student organization life. That's what we're here for. We have that actually just got updated to 18 NCAA Division 1A teams. We're in the American Athletic Conference. But of course, if you played some kind of sport growing up or in high school, but you don't want to be within one of those competitive teams, just know that competitive sports is not just for NCAA athletes. We have 36 different club sports, bass fishing, wrestling, 30 intramural programs, fencing, soccer, and even an equestrian team. And something else about athletics, every single home game for our students, you will receive a free ticket for. So just keep that in mind. And we have 41 different offices and 328 employees. That is their full-time job to make sure you all will never get bored, that you have some kind of event here for you all. We have over 500 different student organizations. Again, you can also create your own club. That's why we have so many. But our clubs also include 15 campus ministries and 30 Greek organizations. So again, you will always have something here for you all. I always encourage all of my students to stay connected, follow us on all of our social media platforms. Feel free to contact us. We are called the admissions office for a reason. We're really here to help you out and be an admitted student to our institution. I will also put my contact information in the chat, but once again, my name is Stephanie Molina. I represent East Carolina University, and we're here to help. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Stephanie, for presenting on East Carolina. All right, well, we have come to the end of our 6x6 part, so the formal part, but I want to give all of our attendees a chance to go into the chat, make sure they're getting all that contact information so you can follow up after, and to also just think and double check, are there any questions you might want to ask in that Q&A box? So while we do that, I would love to invite each school's representative to come back on and screen on camera, and we're going to do a round robin question. Each of you will answer. We'll go in the same order that you presented. When the representative ahead of you finishes, just feel free to turn your microphone on and answer the question. I won't call on you one by one. We'll just kind of go around in that little circle. All right, so our question is going to be about a favorite event or tradition on campus. It can be your favorite or something that you just know the students really love that gives a little inside peek into the student experience and spirit and culture of your campus. So we're going to start with the College of Mount St. Vincent.
Great, thanks, Jennifer. So my favorite tradition on campus is something called Spring Fest. Usually, obviously, it occurs, by the name, it occurs in spring. It's kind of like a big student activity fair where a lot of different organizations will put on different performances and put on different types of events. There'll be different types of food. And we usually have a performer come on campus. So I know in the past we've had like big time acts like Wale, for example. And it's really just embodies the student passion that everyone on campus has. And I think you'll be able to, it's kind of just like a little snippet of what's going on campus in terms of passion, school spirit, 24/7.
All right, so for Del Val, my favorite tradition that I actually haven't experienced yet, but I've kind of been living vicariously through videos and photos, students run an event every year called A-Day, and it goes back to our roots of being a farm school originally. So we have lots of local vendors sort of set up as a farmer's market. We bring the animals down from the barns, and we judge our animals as they are contestants, and it's just a really great day for students. And I think my favorite part of that day is that it's created by students. Students organize it, they plan it out, they do all the vendor invitations and things like that.
So for Dominican College, my favorite event that we've had since I was a student is Family Day and Fire in the Sky. It's right at the beginning of the semester, about 3 or 4 weeks in, so it's the perfect time for your family to come back, your friends to come visit campus, and it's a community event, so local vendors will come. We have lunch with your families, and then in the evening we have a whole festival where there's different activities, different performers, and at the very end of the night we have fireworks that go off over the campus, and it's just a beautiful day.
At Duquesne University, we're a pretty new institution, like I told you, so we don't have a ton of traditions yet. However, we do have a big event every spring in non-COVID times where we bring all of our admitted students to China, and we're able to cover most of the costs of that because we do realize that deciding to go to college in China is a big decision. So we want to bring you over and give you the opportunity to mingle with current students and faculty and sit in on some sample classes. And it's just a really great way to get involved with the university early on and make the right decision for yourself.
For Duquesne, I think one of the events I really like is our United Way events, because the student organizations come up with ways to raise money, and they've done dunk booths, face painting, and the professors and faculty are the ones that pay to be in the dunk booth or pay to have their face painted. So it's just a way of bringing the campus together where students see their professors and the faculty and the administration outside of a classroom or academic environment.
These traditions are also awesome. So at ECU, we have something called Beach Fest. It also happens during the spring semester, but basically this is the time where we can take all of our students to our North Recreational Campus, where we have zip lining, paddleboarding, kayaking, anything outside, basically you name it, free food, free t-shirts. We love free in college. So it's just a really great time to get connected with everyone on campus.
I agree with absolutely. I love hearing all of these different events, whether they happen before students are, on campus as students, or they're just making the decision to, things that even as alums are going to look back on and remember as some of their favorite events that they participated in as students. Whatever it is, I love it. I hope it gets our attendees thinking, let me look some of that up, get on social media, check out these different events, maybe think, could I see myself there on campus and being a participant alongside the students that are currently on campus. Well, we have now come to the end of our time together today, and I hope that all of our panelists, first of all, just thank you so much for being here and sharing not just those facts and figures, the logistics of admissions, but just your passion for the student experience in and out of the classroom. It's just apparent how much you love what you do. For all of our attendees watching live or on video, we hope this has piqued your curiosity to investigate more, ask questions, connect with these admissions representatives, and get to know more about the opportunities that you could experience in choosing one of these campuses for your future educational home. And now that we are officially ending, just remember when you close your window, there's going to be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. I promise it's real short. We'd appreciate any feedback that you can provide. Also, again, this is just one of many sessions that are being hosted. We hope that you've attended others and plan to sign up for additional sessions as well. In about a week's time, you'll find this session's recording as well as all of the other session recordings at that same website where you registered, strivescan.com/OCSCA. So thanks again, everyone, for spending time with us today. Best wishes in your college search journey, and have a wonderful night. Bye.